Since 2004, the Monster Hunter series has flourished, being a truly unique experience for gamers on a variety of platforms. But with its latest entry being released on modern day consoles and adapted to gamers worldwide, Monster Hunter World takes the series to the next level. With jaw-dropping visuals, addictive and unique gameplay, this is truly a unique experience, but it's the monsters that are the real stars of the show. With their advanced AI, physics, detail and design, all connected in a rich, living ecosystem, these monsters are what this series and this game is all about. So here today on Deviljho TV, we're going to count down those top 8 monsters from Monster Hunter World. Remember, there are spoilers ahead, and this is purely my opinion, and these are the monsters that had the most impact on me. So let's get to it. Now, before we start this countdown, I need to hit you with 2 pointers. Number 1, I haven't included the Behemoth. As awesome as he isn't technically from Monster Hunter World, he comes over from Final Fantasy, so he doesn't count. And number 2, I don't actually know the correct pronunciations for these monsters, I've just worded them the way I believe they're meant to be pronounced. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments below. With that, sorry for the delay, let's get to the countdown. To begin our countdown, our 8th entry from the Fanged Wyvern species, nicknamed by the community as Blood Puppy, Clifford and the Big Red Dog, this is Odogaron. Odogaron resides in the Rotten Vale, but will also venture into the Coral Highlands, and with his highly aggressive nature, he will literally attack anything, as everything is potential meat. He will attack from all directions, and if hit by his claws, he will cause a bleeding effect, causing a real issue for the player. I'm sure there's a lot of gamers out there that agree with me, and I'm not wrong in this statement, but that bloody bleeding effect! Though if you prove too much for Odogaron, or he feels overwhelmed, he snaps into an angered rage, becoming even more difficult, though this is his only downfall, as he quickly tires himself out, leaving himself vulnerable. From your very first encounter to your last, Odogaron will always prove one hell of a challenge and easily earns a spot on this chart. From his look and feel and overall the way he's designed, he really comes across as a pure evil monster. Along with his speed, mobility and the sheer power that he delivers, Odogaron easily earns the number 8 spot. Our 7th entry of the Flying Wyvern species, known as the King of the Skies or the Fire Wyvern, and is the male counterpart to the Rathian, this is Rathalos. Rathalos is the apex monster of the ancient forest, and if you get too close, he feels threatened, becoming immediately hostile. He's extremely dangerous no matter the predicament, whether he's in the air or on the ground. You have to be careful or Rathalos will quickly finish you. And he's not just called the King of the Skies for nothing. He can dance with some of the biggest monsters, really demonstrating his power. Not only can he battle Anjanath, he can also take on Deviljho. That really shows you Rathalos isn't a monster to be taken lightly. With Rathalos' look and design, that sense of dread whenever he appears, his wide range of attacks, be it his fiery breath or his venomous claws, and his sheer size and power, earns him the number 7 spot. Our 6th entry from the Elder Dragon species, also known as the Corpse Coat Dragon, this is Vaal Hazak. Vaal Hazak resides at the deepest parts of the Rotten Vale and uses the vapour of the Vale to his advantage. This Elder Dragon is grotesque, disgusting and rather disturbing, and really sets itself apart from the other monsters in the game. He isn't the quickest of monsters by any means, but his attacks are unique, making him extremely dangerous. The vapour which he draws up from the rotten veil, he uses as a barrier around him to deal out some serious damage, and also reduces your health if you get too close. I think my favourite thing about Vaal Hazak was that sense of dread and fear. They really went for a kind of like horror approach as he raised from the ground. It was brilliant, disgusting, and really surprised me. It was a really nice touch. This Elder Dragon really stood out in the game, with its disgusting horror-like presence, his unique and powerful abilities, and the overall challenge it provided earns Vaal Hazak the number 6 spot. Our 5th entry is from the Flying Wyvern species, also known as the Horned Wyvern. This is Diablos. Diablos to me holds a very special meaning. I played this game through its entirety with my other half and my brother, and no matter what, throughout all the monsters, my brother could never ever defeat Diablos. It was hilarious, but it shows you just how powerful he is. So if you ever see my brother, the God Rickers, online, please give him a hand and help him out. I'm not always going to be there to save him. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Diablos is the apex monster of the Wildspire Wastes, and he's extremely territorial, and he makes this abundantly clear. He'll start turf wars with other monsters no matter the size, showing you exactly who's in charge, and will even start a fight with his female counterpart, the Black Diablos. He's powerful, quick, and he lets you know. He burrows under the sand and attacks from under the ground, charges at you, and very rarely gives you a moment to breathe. The apex monster of the Wildspire Wastes certainly looks the part, and he delivers, as he is one hell of a challenge, and you'll never forget your first encounter. So for everything that Diablos is and has to offer, he earns the number 5 spot. Our 4th entry is from the Brute Wyvern species and is also known as the Fierce Jaw Wyvern. This is Anjanath. Anjanath resides in the ancient forest, but will also venture into the Wildspire Waste and will attack anything and everything that comes in his way. And at the start of the game, the moment you first lay eyes on him, he proves just that. With a similar design to that of a T-Rex, Anjanath imposes fear and isn't to be taken lightly, as his power, speed, agility and fiery breath are just the tip of the iceberg. As if you push him too far, he becomes enraged, becoming even more dangerous. Whenever Anjanath's involved, I can't help but feel sorry for the great Jagras. I mean, Anjanath absolutely abuses the poor fellow. Like he's his little ragdoll, his little plaything, and absolutely abuses him. It's so unfair. I mean, if you don't believe me, just look, just look. With Anjanath's overall look, feel and design taking inspiration from that of a T-Rex, and his power, ability and sheer dominance provides one hell of a challenge, and as a result delivers an encounter that you'll never forget. Overall, Anjanath earns the number 4 spot. Throughout the story of Monster Hunter World, you're trying to prevent Zoromagdaros from finishing his Elder Crossing. As the story progresses, you achieve this, send Zoromagdaros out to sea and prevent him from ending his life. Which brings us to our 3rd entry. He's an Elder Dragon that feeds on other Elder Dragons and is known as the Extinction Dragon, and preventing him from feeding on Zoromagdaros' corpse, we find him in the Elder Recess and rather ticked off with us. He's fast, powerful, extremely dominant, and not a monster to be taken lightly. If you do, it will be your downfall. Not to mention the fact that he's been built up the entire game, and that payoff is certainly worth it. There's a reason he's known as the Extinction Dragon. This is Nergigante. Nergigante is extremely hostile and relentless, and is purely out for one thing, and that's destruction. And on many a gamer's first initial encounters with him, that's exactly what he achieves, as he is no pushover and is extremely difficult. And unlike other monsters, Nergigante is covered in spikes, and those spikes can be damaged, but if you're not quick enough, they can regenerate, and when he does, he becomes even more powerful. Everything you've learnt throughout your journey pays off in this battle. It's all about timing and being strategic and working out what does and doesn't work. Avoiding them takedowns, attacks from his tail, and the pounces he does from above. Overall, of Nergigante's look, feel, and the epic challenge that this battle provides, the build-up was certainly worth it as everything pays off. Nergigante easily earns our number 3 spot. I may be cheating technically with this second entry as the position goes to a double act. Individually they're awesome, but together, they're even better. Residing from the Elder's Recess and will also venture into the Wildspire Waste, we have the Flame King Dragon and the Flame Queen Dragon. This is Teostra and Lunastra. Individually, these Elder Dragons have a fierce and deadly nature, but together they are a force to be reckoned with. The pair of them are able to cover their surroundings in flames, so attacking has to be timed very carefully or you end up doing more damage to yourself. And the pair of them can attack with their fiery breaths at any given time, so it's always a good idea to wear the fire mantle when going in against these two. They will charge at you, swipe at you, swing their tails at you, and pounce on you. They have a set of finishing moves individually and together as well. Teostra will take to the skies and cause a massive fiery explosion. Lunastra can cause an epic supernova, and together they unite to create the first bond attack with some devastating impact. You have to be ready and anticipate everything these two throw at you, always be 2 steps ahead, and always keep clear and know when to attack in order to have any chance of beating these two. With Teostra's fiery impact and Lunastra's deadly explosions, the dragon and lion crossover look and feel, along with their size, power, abilities, and the fact that they're able to work together. I had to put Teostra and Lunastra together as they are one of the most epic challenges you will ever face in this game and an ultimate force to be reckoned with, earning them the number 2 spot. Now, as I said at the start of this video, these monster positions are completely my opinion, but the number 1 entry means something. It personifies terror, power, impact and surprise, and our number 1 entry delivers on all of that. And I love the video game community, but when I looked into the nicknames that this monster has acquired, the Pickle, what the actual f***? He towers above almost every other monster in sheer size, power, aggression, and has one goal, and that's to feed constantly. This is Deviljho. Deviljho isn't limited by location. He can go absolutely anywhere he likes throughout Monster Hunter World and smash any monster, no matter the size, that gets in his way. Just to mention a few: Diablos, Anjanath, Bazelgeuse, Deviljho will take them head on. And even some of the smaller monsters which are extremely dangerous, Deviljho laughs in their face and uses them as a mere weapon. When you first come across this monster, he'll completely surprise you. I was battling in the Elder Recess and he caught me off guard, and for getting in his way, he absolutely smashed me. His sheer dominance, power, speed and size all combined makes Deviljho a complete powerhouse and, to be blunt, an absolute badass. From your very first encounter to your last with any monster throughout the game, Deviljho constantly surprises, as you never ever know when he's going to show up. From his sheer dominance over other monsters in the game and everything that Deviljho brings to the table, he makes this our best monster from Monster Hunter World and earns the number 1 spot. That brings us to the end of our countdown, and thank you very much for watching. I was absolutely hooked, engrossed and in love with Monster Hunter World till the very end, and along its journey, these are the monsters that had the most impact on me. Please comment below and let me know what yours are. I'd love to find out. Now remember, I've released this video before the expansion of Iceborne, so the landscape of Monster Hunter World could change drastically, and I can't wait to see. And again, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, follow me on Twitch at Cavinci88, on Twitter at Cavinci88, and if you get a chance, check out some of these other videos. There should be some popping around my head right now. And please remember to subscribe. Again, thank you very much for watching. I couldn't be more grateful for you sticking with me. I'll be back soon with something new. Deviljho out.